Unfortunately, Devon may never become the number one arm wrestler in the world ever again. I know it sounds harsh, it sounds negative, it sounds disappointing, but I believe that this may very well be the truth. This match against Gennady Quickvinia showed us something. Although, like many others, I still believe that Devon could have won that match. The referees made one mistake, Devon made one mistake. If we solved these two issues, Devon could have won that match 3 pins to 0. And he may still win the rematch because Devon has already announced that there will be a rematch earliest by August and latest by October. So Devon may get his revenge. Who knows? But what this one match showed us is that their levels are close. Devon isn't way ahead of Gennady and Gennady isn't way ahead of Devon. They are kind of close. And the problem there is that there are many arm wrestlers who can beat Gennady Quickvinia. Levan can do that easily. Hermes Gasparini can possibly still do that easily. Maybe Revaz Lotidze as well. Maybe Artem Morozov as well. We don't know about Zaur Pezulaev. That's the problem here. Devon's level is close to Gennady. We don't know what Devon needs to do to get ahead of him. To be number one in the world, Devon would need to be about 5 to 10% ahead of Gennady Quickvinia. And at 48 years of age, I don't see any way how Devon can achieve it. He has tried his giant pumpkin training for right arm only for about 3 years now. He has tried getting as massive as he can. I don't think there is anything left except for maybe a full body compound movement training style that he can achieve. He can try after that. Maybe that will give him like 3 to 5% gains at most. So that's where the problems rise. And in this video, we'll talk about Devon and in general, if the dominance of the older generation of arm wrestlers is slowly ending now. I think there is some proof, maybe not substantial amount of proof, but there is some sights in the future that we can see, some forecasts that we can make about this. Maybe the older athletes are in trouble. I'll show you a photo. Let's see what we have here. So here we have East versus West 7 results by age. You can see the losers on the left side, the winners on the right side. And if we talk about USA only, the average age for USA arm wrestlers, all of them lost by the way, is 40.25 years. And the average age for Eastern athletes is about 29 years only. And I think this is the youngest team that USA has sent over there. And still there is a 11 years age gap. That's big. Like most of the winners here you can see are younger. And where the winner is the older guy, the age gap is kind of irrelevant. Like it is like 1 or 2 years, maybe 4 years. And the winner, the oldest winner on this chart is about 38 years old. So let's talk more about this. Let's see what the top guys in the world are. Artem Morozov, 25. Levan, 33. David Dadikian, 25. Hermes Gasparini, 29. Vitaly, 33. Jerry is an exception as of now. He's about 50, 51 years of age. Tobias, 26. Gennady Quickvinia, 38 years of age. So what does this tell us? Probably not much. Who are the popular guys in the world, by the way? Like who are creating waves lately? Levan Saginashvili has been dominating it for quite some time. 34 years old. Revaz Lutidze beat Dave Chaffee easier than Levan did. 35 years old. Gennady Quickvinia, 38. All in the mid to late 30s. Bacho Saginashvili shocked everyone. 18 years old. Ongarbayev, 28. Irakli is also doing good. 25, 26. So where are these guys coming from? They have been arm wrestling for a long time, but they're still young. They're still young. Maybe not as young as some other sports like athletics. Those guys retire very early. But I think arm wrestling is also slowly moving away from the times where the older athletes were really dominant. So Devon is yet to win a right-handed super heavyweight match against an elite European arm wrestler. He has tried only twice, I think against Levan and against Gennady Quickvinia. Lost both of them. The third match is going to be against Denis Plankov, or maybe before that a rematch against Gennady Quickvinia. Devon definitely has a chance to win, but now Gennady also knows how to beat Devon. Maybe he'll work only on that. Unless Devon prepares a surprise, he can still have some trouble, or maybe he can still win. I would say the rematch will be 50-50. And John Brezink, we talked about John's return. John is 58 years old and he's really good, still really good. I would say maybe easily top 5 in the world at his weight class. But he has lost 3 out of last 4 matches. Lost to a heavier Denis Plankov, lost to Ongarbayev, lost to Irakli Zerakashvili, and he defeated Oleg Petrenko, which was really, really awesome. It shocked many people in the arm wrestling world. So John is also not there now at this 58 years of age. There is absolutely no way that he can be number one in the world at any weight category now. It is just not possible in my opinion. Dave Chaffee, he has beaten Vitali and Alex Cordeche at King of the Table. He performs well there. But at East versus West, he has lost all 4 of his matches. Lost all 4 of them. And before that as well, 2021, lost to Levan Saginashvili. So not a very good record if you check recent record. Out of 7, he has won only 2 matches and lost 5. Couldn't even slip in 2 of those 5 matches. Todzilla is known for rubbing the heads of young arm wrestlers. And if we talk about him, he lost to Zoloev and he lost to Prudnik. So he has beaten many young arm wrestlers. He beat Irakli, which is awesome. But he has also lost to a couple of younger athletes. And Zoloev was weighing way less, by the way. I think the next match at East versus West that makes sense will be Kidragali Ongarbayev. And Todzilla will be a huge underdog in that match. Although I still believe that stylistically he can cause some troubles to Ongarbayev. But still Ongarbayev is way too versatile to lose to Todd Hutchings in my opinion. So next up, Michael Todd. Been a dominant arm wrestler for a very long time. About 50 years of age. Maybe 51. And he has had a recent downfall in last couple of years. He was dominant. He was top 5 in the world for a very long time. But there is absolutely no way how I can see Michael returning to the top 5 rankings in the world now. His COVID issues, his nerve issues, now his bicep tear, elbow issues. It just doesn't sound realistic that Michael can return to top 5 level in the world. So another downfall of an older athlete. And Engin Terzi, dominant, 48 years of age. He defeated Mindaugas Terzitis, Viorel Dobrin recently, but had a very tough luck in 2021-22. Had some back issues, neck issues, COVID, bicep tear, now organizing. So kind of a downfall. Very difficult to recover from that. I don't think he can cut down to 80 kilos right now. Maybe he can. Being a world champion about 85, above 80 kilos. Almost impossible. So kind of another possible downfall here. Jerry is a champion. Jerry is still the champion, but he barely won against Gennady. He barely won against the WAF world champion, which is way younger than him, by the way, Georgy Svetkov. So it isn't like he's invincible. And when guys like Levan and guys like Denis Siplenkov show up, maybe Zaur Pezulaev as well, Hermes Gasparini matches next, I don't think Jerry is going to hold that title for a very long time. Svetan Gashevsky, 52 years old, he's really good, but he also isn't number 1 in the world at 85 kilos. So the only exception to this rule, I would say, is a 115 kg Devon, who is 48 years of age and still about unbeatable at that weight. So that's the only guy, 115 kg Devon, who is old and still dominating. Otherwise, I don't really see any of the older athletes dominating in the world right now. So is it a downfall of the older athletes, or can they still make a comeback? Is arm wrestling developing more? Because early on, the training styles were not developed enough. The athletes were not taking it seriously enough. So maybe that's why the guys who had accumulated an experience of 2-3 decades, they were dominating. But right now, the younger guys are more experienced about training, about PDs, about everything. So maybe they can dominate, so that the joint build-ups, toughness in the joints that the older athletes have built over the years is not higher or more important than the young blood, the explosiveness, the speed, and the work ethic of the young guys. I don't know what's the truth, but it seems like, just like all other sports, as arm wrestling grows older, the younger athletes should dominate in the future. There is no way why there should be an exception in arm wrestling, because all of the other sports, almost all of them, are dominated by guys who are like below 35 years of age. So I think that's going to happen here as well. Please mention your thoughts, are really valuable in this video. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like it. And I'll see you again.